Agrimix originally started its life as a vitamin mineral producer for stock feed mills, pet food companies, and evolved over time to being the entity with which we've invested our funds into looking at pastures for grazing animals. Progrades is a legume adapted to clay soils, and the beauty of legumes is that they've evolved to have a symbiotic relationship with rhizobia. What legumes and rhizobia do is take nitrogen out of the atmosphere and basically deposit it in the soil. The benefit of that nitrogen is more productive soil, more grass, and grass is the primary basis by which carbon is drawn out of the atmosphere. With more ground cover, you've got cooler, more hydrated soils, a better environment for cattle, improved profitability for the producer.
Behind us we have the Eddy Flux Tower. They measure carbon at a landscape level. They take carbon in through photosynthesis. They're measuring what's going into the plants and into the soil, and also what's coming back out through soil microbial processes. And through that balance we can determine how much carbon is actually being sequestered into our soil.
I'm really excited about the future with Agrimix. They've got over 100,000 hectares of their Progrades legume in the ground at the moment. The MLA wants us to get to 25 million hectares of legumes across Australia by 2029. So I think the business has huge growth potential moving forward. I'm excited to see where that path takes us.
We've been very fortunate with the support we get from our bank, NAB, the team in Brisbane. They've been wonderful in supporting and understanding and taking the time, equally as importantly, to come and see what we do.
Let's watch number 15 on the draw, Casey Tones with 6 bells. So that was Casey Tones right there. That was number 15 on the draw from Kilcoy. That was 6 bells, owned by the Sunkist Quarter Horse Stud. Did leave working area before time, so will be a 0. So that was 6 bells. There was a gelding with side by 6 fins out of Pepto's Bella Baby. So we'll now move to Dean Holden's going to be next to go. Then we'll have Jamie second, Lindsay Wheatley, then Phil Dawson. So that'll be our next 4 to show. Also, to keep up the NCHA, make sure you check out their website at ncha.com.au for results, events and standings, or like them on their social media page on Facebook as well. Well, let's get set for the man from Seymour, Victoria. This will be Dean Holden with Playing in the Sand. This one owned by Dean and Julie Jones out of Seymour, Victoria. So next one to showcase right now. This is a mare that was sired by Sandman out of Holly's Plain, was bred by the Fielden family. Hope the Fielden family is sitting back watching the live stream down there in Victoria. This is one they bred, but owned now by Dean and Julie Jones. This is Playing in the Sand.
Time when I did not care, and there was a time when the facts did stare. There is a dream, and it's held by many. Well, I'm sure you have to see its open arms. Dream on, white boy.
That was Dean Holden right there. That was from Seymour, Playing in the Sand, owned by Dean and Julie Jones. It was sired by Sandman out of Holly's Plain. Did leave working area before time, so will be a 0. So next up we're going to move to will be Jamie second, then we'll have Lindsay Wheatley, Phil Dawson, then Phil Smith. That'll be our next 4. Thank you very much to the Australian Hotel. The main bar at the Aussie is fully equipped with TAB Keno services, a large choice of tap beer, a wide range of bottled beverages and premium spirits. The lounge bar offers extensive breakfast, lunch and dinner menu, as well as an outstanding wine list and barista coffee. Their secret whiskey bar is located behind the Pokey Room with 60 plus spirits from all around the world. We get set for Jamie second from Albini, number 17 on our draw here today. This is the one called Acacia Gold, owned by Darcy Toohill. This one's a mare that was sired by Smooth as a Cat out of Gidgee Coles, was bred by the Toohill Family Trust. It's one we're watching right here.
Mustang Sally now, baby.
Thank you very much there, Jamie. That was Jamie Second from Albini. That was number 17 on the draw. That was Acacia Gold, owned by Darcy Toohill. That was a mare that was signed by Smooth as a Cat out of Gidgee Coles. So next forward to show, we'll see Lindsay Wheatley. Then we have Phil Dawson, Phil Smith and Hugh Miles. That'll be our next four today. So 216 there for Jamie, 216 on that showing, 216. So we'll now move to Lindsay Wheatley from Corimba, Victoria, number 18 on the draw. This is Lady Fairy Tale, owned by Mark and Shelley Ruff, out of Diggers Rest, Victoria. So next one to go, Lady Fairy Tale. Is a mare that was signed by EB's Phalaris out of Fair Lady Flash, was bred by the Schumack family in Loombra, New South Wales. So next one to cross the Showtime line here this morning on our Sunday morning here at St George. So thank you very much to Sunkist Quarter Horses, a breeding facility situated at Perga, Queensland, possessing some very well performed mares by some of the top Australian and international sires. Make sure you contact the team at Sunkist Quarter Horse Stud.
Burn blue on the sea, loose and complete under sky so smoky blue-green. I can't foresee a Dixie did she, so it danced the sidewalk clean. My memory is muddy, what's this river that I'm near? New Orleans is sinking, man, and I don't want to swim. What's wrong? What's going on? Can't tie yourself up for a deal. He said, I know the sound. Shut your big mouth. You gotta do what you feel is real. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can watch you weave and breathe your storylines. And I wear my sunglasses at night so I can keep track of the visions in my eyes. While she's deceiving me, cuts my security. Has she got control of me? I turn to her and say, don't switch the blade on a guy and shades.
Thank you very much there, Lindsay. That was Lindsay Wheatley from Corimba, Victoria. That was Lady Fairy Tale, owned by Mark and Shelley Ruff. There was a mare that was signed by EB's Phalaris out of Fair Lady Flash. So our next four to show, we'll have Phil Dawson, then we'll have Phil Smith, Hugh Miles and Steve Byrne.
Never wanna put my heart up and hide it. But swimming in your world is something spiritual.
Well, hands out of your pockets, ladies and gentlemen. 224, ladies and gentlemen. 224. We got a new leader and our new high marking of the show so far, 224. So we'll now move to Phil Dawson, going to be next to go. Now the bar is raised in our open futurity. Go round number one. This will be Murata in Prada, owned by the Bell J Performance Horses out of Colston Lakes. This one's a mare that was signed by Lethal Lena out of MCV Cats Jewel Darlin. It was bred by the Cutting Edge Quarter Horses. Going to be our next one to go here today. Good luck to Phil Dawson from Bingara, New South Wales. Murata and Prada.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Let's dance to the song they're playing on the radio. Let's sway while color lights up your face. Let's sway through the crowd to an empty space. If you say run, I'll run with you. And if you say hide, we'll hide. Because my love for you would break my heart in two. If you should fall into my arms, tremble like a flower. For fear your grace should fall. For fear tonight is all. You could look into my eyes. Under the moonlight, this serious moonlight. And if you say run, I'll run with you. And if you say hide, we'll hide.
Thank you very much there, Phil. That was Phil Dawson from Bingara, New South Wales. That was Murata and Prada, owned by the Bell J Performance Horses. That was a mare that was signed by Lethal Lena out of MCV Cats Jewel Darlin. So our next four to show, we'll have Phil Dawson, Hugh Miles, Steve Byrne, then Lindsay Wheatley. That'll be our next four to go here today. Well, a nice round score there for Phil. 219 on that showing. 219. So we'll move to Phil Smith from Gundawindi next to go. Number 20 on the draw. This is Erin Metallic Mac, owned by the Erin Park Stud. This one being a stud horse, signed by Metallic Cat at a Erin Missy Ray, was bred by the Erin Park Stud. So next one to go. So thank you once again to Sunkist Quarter Horses, being one of our great sponsors. Some of their up-and-coming 2022 prodigy will include Jewel Smart Ray from Metallic Rose, Metallic Cat from General's daughter, with a Metallic Cat to be born as well. Smooth as a cat and don't stop believing, to name a few. Just contact Sunkist Quarter Horse Stud, one of our great supportive businesses here for our 9 days at St George. And all eyes glued on Phil Smith, number 20 on the draw, part of the Mavericks Western Wear team member. This man, Phil Smith. Make sure you get on over to Mavericks Western Wear and buy yourself some Western attire throughout the week here at our 9-day show. Thank you very much there, Phil. That was Phil Smith from Gundawindi. That was Aaron Metallic Mac, owned by the Aaron Park Stud. That was a stud horse that was side by Metallic Cat out of Aaron Missy Ray. So next four to show we'll have Hugh Miles, Steve Byrne, Lindsay Wheatley, then Corey Holden. That'll be our next four. So 217 there for Phil, 217 on that showing, 217. So we'll now move to Hugh Miles from Tamworth, New South Wales. Number 21 on the draw, this is PCD Louis Moore, owned by Terence Snow. So next one to go right now. This one being a mare that was signed by Cataloo out of Moore Spoonful, was bred by Peter Drennan and Charters Towers. So next one to go right now in our Open Futurity, go round number one. Also thank you very much to Foresight. Foresight, for the makers of Foresight Joint Supplements. Their number one priority is the horse's health, which means they stand by their product 100%. If you buy Foresight from your vet and don't see the results expected under their guidance, you'll get your money back. Try Foresight for cartilage, repair, protection and pain relief, available from your veterinary clinics. And all eyes glued on Hugh Miles right now. PCD Louis Moore about to cross the showtime line in our Open Futurity. Go round number one, brought to us by the Australian Hotel. This is herd number 2 of 5 that we'll see today. So good luck to Hugh Miles. Number 21 on the draw. So 224 right now being our high marking so far, the Open Futurity. And go round number one. That was brought to us by Lindsay Wheatley with Lady Fairy Tale. So to all our viewers that are logged in right now that have just checked in, I hope you're enjoying the action so far here today. And good morning or good afternoon wherever you are. This is number 21 on the draw. Thank you very much there, Hugh. That was Hugh Miles from Tamworth. That was PCD Louis Moore, owned by Terence Snow. That was a mare that was signed by Cataloo out of Moore Spoonful. So our next four will move to Steve Byrne, Lindsay Wheatley, Corey Holden and Dean Holden. That'll be our next four to show here today. Thank you very much to Mavericks Western. Mark offers a hat shaping and cleaning to all brands. Get tailored hat shopping experience. Mark will assist with picking the right hat and shape for you. So 214 there for Hugh, 214 on that showing. This will now move to Steve Byrne from Dungowan, New South Wales. This is number 22 on the draw. This is Miss Mungana, owned by the Hat Creek Propriety Limited. This one's a mare that was signed by Coonamarra Spoonful of Badge out of SP Docks Miss Drive, was bred by Banks and Byrne. So next one to go. So good luck to Steve Byrne today. Now open Futurity, go round number one. Also make sure you get on over and grab yourself some morning tea or a coffee or tea from our caterers here for our 9 days. Just head on over and support our caterers throughout the 9-day event here at St George. As we get set for Steve Byrne, number 22 on the draw from Dungowan, New South Wales. About to show Miss Mungana. So 224 right now, leading the pack. That is our high marking so far in the round. Get set for Steve Byrne. Then we'll have Lindsay Wheatley, Corey Holden, Dean Holden, Frank Green, Brett Peachy, then Sean Wren. Thank you very much there, Burnsy. That was Steve Byrne from Dungowan, New South Wales. That was number 22 on the draw. That was Miss Mungana, owned by the Hat Creek Propriety Limited. It was a mare that was signed by Coonamarra Spoonful of Badge at SP Docks Miss Drive. So next up we'll move to Lindsay Wheatley, Corey Holden, Dean Holden and Frank Green. So So 197 for that showing there for Steve. 197 on that showing. So we'll move to Lindsay Wheatley's going to be next to go. Thank you very much to Gidgee Eyewear. Australian designed and owned. Remember to protect, polarise and perform. www.gidgeeeyes.com. So Lindsay Wheatley from Corimba, Victoria, number 23 on the draw. This is Ray Von Flame, owned by Angus McKinnon out of Euroa, Victoria. The Seg Gelding that was sired by Stevie Ray Vaughan out of an EB's Flame Tree was bred by Angus McKinnon. I bet Angus is watching the live stream down there in Victoria. Good morning there, Angus. Hope you're enjoying the action so far. So we'll watch Lindsay Wheatley right now, about to cross the showtime line. Needs to be 2:25 to take the lead in the go-round.
Let's go, girls. Come on. I'm going out tonight. I'm feeling alright. Gonna let it all hang out. Wanna make some noise, really raise my voice. Yeah, I wanna scream and shout. No inhibitions, make no conditions. Get a little out of line. I ain't gonna act politically correct. I only wanna have a good time. The best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun. Yeah. Oh, they're totally crazy. Looking on a lady, men shirt, short skirts. Really go wild, yeah, doing that in style. Get in the action, feel the attraction. Color my head, do what I dare. Wanna be free, yeah, feel the way I feel. And man, I feel like a woman. The girls need a break tonight. We're gonna take the chance to get out on the town. We don't need romance, we only wanna dance. We're gonna let our hair hang down. The best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun. They're totally crazy. Looking on a lady, men shirt, short skirts. Really go wild, yeah, doing that in style. Get in the action, feel the attraction. Color my head, do what I dare. Wanna be free, yeah, feel the way I feel.
Thank you very much there, Lindsay. That was Lindsay Wheatley from Corimba, Victoria. That was Ray Von Flame, owned by Angus McKinnon. That was a gelding that was sired by Stevie Ray Vaughan out of EB's Flame Tree. So our next four to go, we'll have Corey Holden, Dean Holden, Frank Green, Brett Peachy, then Sean Rinn. So 5 more to go. They're backyard workers in this herd. 5 more to go. So 182 there for Lindsay, 182. Well, I see Lane Hanson over there watching the event. Happy birthday there to Lane today. Big 19, my friend. Hopefully Jason will get you a nice dinner tonight. Let's all wish him a happy birthday today there for Lane. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Well, let's move to Corey Holden from Cobram, Victoria, number 24 on the draw. This is Miss Medal, owned by Danny Carey. This one's a mare that was signed by Heavy Metal out of a Hefner's Miss November, was bred by Danny Carey. It's our next one to go. So aiming for 2:25 right now to take the lead right now. So 2:24's on top. That was set by Lindsay Wheatley with Lady Fairy Tale. We get set for Corey Holden, the man from Cobram, Victoria, number 24 on the draw. So thank you very much to Cinch Australia. Lead, don't follow. Make sure you follow them on Cinch Australia on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Also, Corey Holden being one of the Cinch Australia team members. He's about to cross the Showtime line today. So he's next to go at our Open Futurity, brought to us by our friends at the Australian Hotel. So about 5 more to go before we'll change out the herd. So we're 5 herds in total we'll see today here on day number 2 there, cutting fans, and also our viewers at home that are watching it in their living room. Hope you're sitting back enjoying some great showings here on this Sunday. If you're in America, obviously you'll be a day in front of us, or a day behind, I believe, or something like that. So I hope you're enjoying the action. Also, we've got a lot of New Zealanders that watch the action here in cutting. Also, good morning to our New Zealand people. So we get set for Corey Holden, set to go. Ready to watch Corey Holden, our next competitor, in our Australian Hotel sponsored event.
Won't you take me to a funky town? 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 Gotta make a move to a town that's right for me. Town to keep me moving, keep me grooving with some energy. Well, I talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Talk about, talk about, talk about moving. Gotta move on. Gotta move on. Gotta move on.
So saying thank you very much there to Corey Holden from Cobram, Victoria. That was Miss Metal, owned by Danny Carey. So that was a mare that was signed by Heavy Metal out of Hefner's Miss November. So we've got 4 more to show in this herd. We'll have Dean Holden, Frank Green, Brett Peachy, then Sean Wren. So 183 there for Corey, 183 on that showing. So next up we'll move to will be Dean Holden. He's going to be next to go. Thank you to Double J Quarter Horses, where Mare Power matters. Based in Kapunda, South Australia, we pride ourselves on producing quality quarter horses for the cow horse industry. Get in touch with our agents, Lincoln Brad or Dean Holden, today and find out what stock we have available for sale. So our next one to go will be Dean Holder, number 25 on the draw from Seymour, Victoria. This will be Royal King Cole, owned by Samantha Stepnell out of Lexington, Victoria. So next one to go, this one is a gelding that was signed by NRR Cat King Cole. Out a little Royal Ruby, was bred by Samantha Stepnell. So next one to go here today. So round number 2 will feature on Tuesday. Also heads up the competitors. If you're going to scratch out of go round number 2, please advise Nadine McKenna either by a phone call and go and see her at the office as well. So we get set for Dean Holder, number 25 on the draw. Also, if you're going to head down to the Australian Hotel for dinner this evening, they'll be serving meals to around 8:30. So make sure you get on down today. Seems as though we'll be finishing around that in between, 3 and 4 o'clock today. So if you want to head down and support one of our major sponsors here this week, that'll be greatly appreciated. So Dean Holder next to go, Royal King Cole, owned by Samantha Stepnell. Thank you very much, Sir Dean. That was Dean Holden from Seymour, Victoria. That was Royal King Cole, owned by Samantha Stepnell. That one was a gelding, which was signed by NRR Cat King Cole out of a little Royal Ruby. So we've got 3 more to show. We'll have Frank Green, Brett Peachy, then Sean Wren before we'll change out the herd. So we have the Warwick Screen herd settling team to please be on standby for settling herd number 3 today. So 206 on that marking there for Dean, 206. So we'll move to Frank Green from Pelton, Queensland, number 26 on the draw. This is Pinkaloo, owned by Mr. John Drynan. So next one to go right now, this one being a mare that was signed by Cataloo out of Pink Panther, was bred by John Drynan. Good luck to Frank Green today.
I need you now. She shake that thing cause I'm in the zone. All I'm thinking about is getting you home. I love the Badonka songs. I wanna give it all to you. In the darkness, there's so much I wanna do. And tonight, I wanna lay it at your feet. 'Cause girl, I was made for you. And girl, you were made for me. I wanna see it in your eyes. Feel the magic. There's something that drives me wild. And tonight, we're gonna make it all come true. 'Cause girl, you were made for me. And girl, I was made for you. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. And I can't get enough of you, baby. Can you get enough of me? I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. And I can't give it all to you, baby. Can you give it all to me?
Thank you very much there, Frank. That was Frank Green from Pilton. Number 26 on the draw, that was Pinkaloo, owned by John Drynan. That was a mare that was signed by Cataloo out of Pink Panther. So we've got two more to show in herd number 2. We'll have Brett Peachy, then Sean Wren will wind things down. Then we'll change out the herd once again. We'll have the Warwick Screen herd settling team. So 180 there for Frank, 180 there for Frank Green. As we'll move to Brett Peachy, he's going to be next to go. Thank you very much to Agrimix, Science, Integrity and Results. Agrimix is an independent Australian-owned and family-operated agricultural technology company. We treat our customers as family. Your paddock is our office. Since 2008, we've been working with producers to find solutions to pasture productivity that are evidence-based, practical and scalable. Call Rod Linky on 0428 288 311. So we get set for Brett Peachy, the man from St. George. This is Maker's Memory, owned by Brett Peachy. This one being a mare that was signed by Haymaker out of Burry Holly Periwinkle, was bred by the Star Park Quarter Horses out of Wondai, Queensland. Good luck to Brett Peachy. was Brett Peachy from St George right there. That was number 27 on the draw, Maker's Memory, owned by Brett Peachy. Did leave working area before time, so will be a 0. So Maker's Memory was a mare that was signed by Haymaker out of Bury, Holly Periwinkle. So we've got one more to show in herd number 2 of the Open Futurity. Go round number 1, brought to us by the Australian Hotel, will be Sean Wren from Mooney. Also locking the dates of the Darling Downs Cutting Club Futurity Show. That'll be held at Dalby Equestrian Centre from the 10th to the 17th of September. And then we'll have the, up here in Queensland, they've got the Wild Horse Cutting celebrating 25 years. That'll be the 25th to the 25th of September. Head on out to Rollaston. And then the Victorian Futurity will be held from the 27th of September to the 2nd of October at Bungalong, Victoria. Well, this is Sean Wren from Mooney. This is the one called Mia, owned by Sean Wren. This one being a mare that was signed by Cat in a Hat out of Miss Doco Lena, was bred by Steve Smith out of the Steve Smith Cutting Horses. Thank you very much there, Sean. That was Sean Wren from Mooney. That was the one called Mia, owned by Sean Wren. So that was a mare that we got to see. They were signed by Cat in a Hat out of Miss Doco Lena. Well, that winds down herd number 2, so give them a round of applause for those competitors, ladies and gentlemen. So 180 there for Sean, 180 on that showing. Well, 224 right now is leading the pack. That was set by Lindsay Wheatley for Lady Fairy Tale. That's what they're all chasing. If we can have the Warwick Screen herd settling team to please be on standby, that'll be greatly appreciated. Head on.